Welcome back to LTN Reviews, guys. Today we're speaking about Small, new film from Blumhouse. Blumhouse, yeah?
Blumhouse.
Good. I keep getting it messed up. Blumhouse, yes. They make horror films and you've seen a lot of them. But with this one, it's kind of different. You know why? This one was freaking scary, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It had the jump scares and, bro.
You would text me.
I was
actual
texting.
shit myself.
Yes, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm watching this right now, action. You know what? I cannot. I was gonna walk out. And to be honest, I'm not talking about a public screen. I had a private screen for myself. Ash wasn't there, so I was looking at nothing basically. Looking around, there was no one in the cinema but me. The film is quite loud in the sound design, and you know what? They had jump scares. Yeah, they can be a bit cheesy and stuff like that. But these ones, you are expecting it, but you're just not ready for the results. You know what I mean? Like, I think with the Smile, it's kind of like it is menacing. You think, I might be laughing at this, but I wasn't. Even from the first Smile sequence, you know what? This really really freaked me out. And but I know Ash, you was looking forward to it, so I'm gonna leave it to you, bro. What you thinking?
To me, like I said, I watched a lot of Blumhouse, so to me, I like the quirky, out the box mentality. Like, you got to be some sadistic mofo that enjoys this stuff, and I'm probably that guy. But it was amazing to see the people in the movie. I could sit there and you've seen this. I see a feel of what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
So I'm sat there, I'm relaxed. And you could feel the suspense. I went for a screening in a super screener in Hempstead.
Yeah.
So literally, and it was a busy screen. There was only a couple of spare seats, but the jump scares, as you said, you feel the whole room shake. People were jumping out of their skins, and for me, that's quite surprising because I can't remember too many movies that I've been to and seen people absolutely afraid.
Yeah, I think the last film I've seen is Insidious, which is like 12 years old now. You know what I mean, as the last horror film I've seen where I've come out thinking, Jesus, had a bad time, had a rough time. Enjoyable, but it was pretty rough, to say the least. But just I don't know, man. Like, this one felt a bit different, had more to it. But the only problem I had with this one was a bit too long for me, to be fair, and the ending was a bit rough as well. And yeah, the ending was a bit rough, and you know what I mean. It was just a bit scary. Like, even the villain at the end was really
the thing is,
freaky.
The movie at the end, it went a bit far fetched as she was in and out of consciousness of how the entity is playing with her mind, and I think that ending's a bit cheesy because you're like, can they stop the rock? Can they stop this thing from continuing? And yeah, the ending is very abrupt. Let's put it that way. It's abrupt.
It is.
So they got to the end. The budget ran out.
Yeah,
done.
They cut it, man. But it's like the ending. We've seen it like any horror film. They kind of just leave it to stuff that you've seen before. But people like that with horror fans. They like to have the same thing. There's a menacing creature going, some sort of spirit. And yeah, people like what they've seen before. They don't like too much of a difference in horror because it's not what they're used to.
It gives an option for a sequel. I'll give it that. But do you really want a sequel going off how that ended? Because they could have stopped. Like how I felt watching a movie, they could have stopped. They could have stopped the movie. They could have stopped the rock. But she falls into it. The guy goes in to save her.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't. That's like rule number one of horror movies. Scream said this. There's a guideline of what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, exactly.
The movie ends like that, and I'm like, Blumhouse, why have you done this? Like, we all know there's going to probably be another sequel.
Yeah,
give it a year or two, or straight to VHS. Well, VHS, man, that shows my age.
Mate, no, not VHS, 4K.
But you know where I'm coming from. It's just like,
absolutely.
I love the movie. I do love the movie because it's a different sense of horror. I would say it's horror for 2022 because we're used to the same old this, that, we've seen it all before.
Yeah,
which there's quite a lot of movies out at the moment. There's The Invitation.
Yeah, which
The Devil Inside.
Is it out yet?
You got a couple will come out in the next couple of weeks. So this is kickstarted. We've got Halloween that ends next week.
We have.
So we've got all this. It's good that they're coming out in the month of Halloween, but I'm kind of even messed up with this because this movie was supposed to come out like ages ago as well. So
was it? It got pushed back?
I'm sure this got pushed back as well. Like, but then again, COVID did postpone the whole schedule. We got like Black Adam, Wakanda Forever due out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And they were movies that were supposed to come out a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of alignment to people's expectations. For me, I was actually highly expecting this. Like I said, I've just watched a new Hellraiser, which we'll review at a later date. But sometimes giving people too much and a lot of diversity, I don't know if it works for everybody. I think obviously your opinion is going to be different to mine, watching different natures of horror growing up.
Yeah.
So I think this sits in the middle. Obviously, it abruptly ends, which no one likes.
Nah, no one likes. But yeah, man, I get what you're saying. I'm glad you liked it. You know, there was things that I liked about it. But I just think it needed something more than that generic ending, like we've been saying. But thinking about that, the marketing for the film has been quite fantastic. I'm not quite sure you've seen it. People smiling on cameras at like
baseball
stadiums and that. So that's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, guys, let me know what you think and tell us in the comments if you liked it or not. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please do that. Appreciate that. Thank you.